said unemployable.
I know I fucked it up last time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started that shit back.
We should have.
You should watch
I'm dyslexic.
the last video.
I'm sorry.
In the captions, it says idiot.
Is the last video Tyler's?
The last one that got posted.
Corey said he was watching it this morning, and he's like, man, the first 30 minutes, Tyler said like 10 things to get himself canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're not that kind of platform. We're authentic.
Okay.
Yeah, me and
Say
him
whatever you want.
every episode said enough stuff to get us canceled, probably.
Why don't you start us off and welcome our guest?
Thank you guys for joining us on episode 4 of Unemployable Podcast. Today we have Chase Nolan with us. Chase, thanks for joining us today.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Thank you guys for having me.
Dude, I liked the talk we were just having. Whenever we do like the intro, it feels like formal. And the best conversations are always like right before.
I feel like we do have the best combos before we're
100%.
filming.
I know, and then I'm like, fuck. Yeah.
That's just the way it goes. Every video I film, it's when I'm not filming that we
That
should
shit
be
happens.
filming.
Right.
And when I am filming, we shouldn't be filming.
Whatever. I mean,
It's just the way it
we
is.
were talking about vaping, and Corey had mentioned quitting smoking. I remember, so I guess I quit smoking cigarettes. Like once in a while I'll have one or whatever. But I quit because of Tyler, because of your brother, actually. Like I remember we were doing these all day sessions, and like I didn't really see him smoking or like anyone else smoking cigarettes. And him and I had this talk, and he's like, "Yeah, when you go out and smoke cigarettes, and you come back in, like the client might not like it."
Right.
And that's when I was like, "Oh, like maybe you're right. Maybe I should just like quit or whatever." And like now I vape, but we were talking about waking up in the fucking middle of the night to vape. Do you do that,
I used to, yeah.
dude? I was like,
That's why I'm done, yeah.
I don't know if this is good.
No, it's definitely not.
It's 100%.
Because you're not like getting your full, or I'm not getting my full sleep cycle, like sleeping through the night. Like I'm waking up every 4 hours to like hit the vape.
A stimulant,
Like I
too.
sleep vape.
And it's a stimulant.
It
It's not
keeps
like,
it keeps you awake.
yeah, it's pretty much almost.
I mean, I go right back
I'm
to
a
sleep.
slave.
But
I'm a slave
Yeah,
to
but,
my vape. It's
but your
like, smoke
body
me.
is now like raging with fucking nicotine. Like I don't
Yeah.
think you're getting like sound sleep.
and like,
No, you're definitely not.
Yeah.
because I'll like vape in the shop, or like I'll take a break from tattooing and hit quick and blow and whatever, and go back to tattooing. And like originally, I thought that was like cool. Like I don't have to get up, go outside, smoke a cigarette, 10-minute break, whatever, turn it into 30 seconds. But especially like traveling around, like some states or countries or whatever, like it's not cool to vape inside. No. Like you can't. And then some people like get upset about it, which honestly, I don't really understand why. Unless I'm like blowing it in your face.
How do I? I mean, even at my dad's house at first, they're like, what are you doing? Why are you smoking in my house?
You're like, chill,
Yo,
Dad.
chill
It's
out. It
fake.
smells like strawberry. Relax.
Yeah.
Thank me later.
Right.
House smells like shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's like healthy or not. It like feels healthier. Sometimes when I grab the disposable ones, those are definitely not healthy.
No.
Like I'll smoke that and be working out and be like out of breath.
Yeah. Yeah, dude,
Right?
I smoke the disposable ones. They're terrible.
So bad.
Risk taker over there.
It's I almost want to go back to cigarettes just because at least
For
I
your
know,
health.
Like I could smoke cigarettes my entire life, have a really shitty death, but like I can know that I'm gonna at least make it that far. Nobody knows the long-term effects of these vapes.
Right.
They haven't been around long enough.
Right.
So yeah, we're screwed. Yeah,
But I
it's,
also like that because no one can definitely tell me it's unhealthy long term.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. The way that I think about it is this. COVID happened.
Right.
Lung infections, messing with your lungs. These vapes are rampant throughout everywhere. Everybody's smoking vapes. Everybody vapes.
Yeah.
Do you think everyone's like lungs are compromised?
I think that COVID happening, I think this is going to just kill people because everybody vapes now. And it's like your lungs are so messed up from vaping, COVID's going to knock you out.
What if they made the cure in vape form?
Oh, then where is it, dude? Let me get it.
Oh, they're doing those fucking nose swabs. That was terrible marketing.
Yeah.
Terrible marketing. If they gave you a disposable vape that tasted like strawberry or like pastries, dessert flavored, mint for the simple man, Everyone would have it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
Yeah, why can't they put like nutrients and shit in the vapes? They just feel like a little bonus.
I'm
Like, does it
jonesing right
have
now.
to be
Are we allowed
unhealthy?
to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not stopping you on anything. Like I said, we vape inside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd be
Let's go.
fiending on mine if I didn't quit.
Bro, because like I'll just like if I'm somewhere I know I'm not supposed to vape, like an airplane or
I just wanna
public
vape.
place, you just won't?
I
You're
just want to.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I just
But you
do.
don't.
I just do it.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
See, I do.
I'm in the middle of Walmart ripping
I'm an
it.
airplane vapor.
Well, I'll hold it in,
It's zero it.
and then
Yeah,
there's
you
just
gotta- you
no
gotta
smoke or whatever.
Hold in that smoke.
But I feel like a
It's
lot of my
gone.
friends, like, to me, it's so simple. Yeah, just hold it in like 3 seconds longer, and then there's no smoke coming out.
Right.
My friends will try to do it, and they like cough and like
Yeah.
give away our fucking spot.
Oh,
Bro.
yeah. Yeah. That's why you don't sit next to your friends.
Yeah. My girl, they think they're like being sneaky. They're like, and it's like, you know, and you're like, yo, that was terrible.
Not
dude.
discreet.
Yeah.
Not discreet.
But this is terrible, but I'm going to say it anyway. We're just like going back and forth. I'm going to give you the secret about vaping on planes.
Let's go.
So I'll just do it. And like if I get caught or like someone says something like, sir, you can't vape, I just completely ignore them. Right? And I'm just like there. They're like, here. I've done this with Seth. And it works. And then like sometimes they'll walk away, sometimes they won't. If I get caught again or they are persistent, they're like, sir, you can't vape. I still don't respond until they tap at me and I look at them. And they're like, sir, you can't vape. And I'm like, deaf. And usually it takes them so off guard or they don't know what the fuck's going on or they
they
don't
just
know
let you
sign
keep vaping.
language. They walk away.
It's believable. Like that was one of the best deaf
Yo,
impressions.
but the
I've ever
day,
seen.
the day they speak sign language,
You're fucked.
I'm an asshole.
And you are an asshole for that too.
Yeah, yeah. But listen, dude,
Minutes are we
this
into
is
this? 8. All right, let's go.
Whoop, whoop.
listen. I'm giving both of you permission to use this if you want on planes.
I will never pretend I'm deaf to vape on an airplane.
Quick disclaimer.
So what's up, Kim? How was your weekend?
All right. It was just yesterday. And
Wow,
one day
sick.
off. Yeah.
So interesting. How was yours?
I had a good weekend.
What did you do?
Yeah. I don't-
Planes. My trick is I'll hit it and then I blow the smoke under the seats as far forward as I possibly can. That way it all rises and you can't tell where the smoke's coming from.
And if you can, it's the fucking person in front of you.
Exactly.
Dude, I would even throw them under the bus.
It works every time. I'll be like, I saw him.
Yeah.
It was an HQD, strawberry banana. He was hit.
Yeah. Like if I feel like they're on my case, they're getting suspicious.
Yep.
I would even call them over and I'd be like,
Do I look
I don't want to be that guy, but person in front of me
Exactly.
smells like a bakery.
Have to be that guy because I look like that guy. You think it's me because of the way I look, but it was him.
Right. I'm okay with that. Like I'll go to sleep fine at night.
Oh, 100%.
At the expense of others.
Yeah.
You'll forget about it. Like,
Yeah.
the instant you sit back down.
That guy will be all right.
Yeah.
How are you with planes? Are you cool with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are afraid. I'm not, so it's hard. Like when someone's like, I'm terrified of flying. I'm like, why?
Give me the window seat, please.
It doesn't bother me. I travel so much that I mean, I'll take 30 milligrams of melatonin to be out the whole 5 hours.
Yeah. I'll do that too. You just try to sleep. Even with long flights. Do you fly first class?
Yeah.
I don't.
Right.
I don't.
I have to have leg
They could-
because like I get to the point where I need
Yeah.
Your knees are just on the chair in front of you.
claustrophobic. Yeah, I don't like.
I know. A couple times I have, right? I wish I didn't though. And like each time Seth and I like book something, I'm like, oh, should I just book first class? I don't want to like break that boundary because I know once I start, I'll never stop.
It's true. Because
And I've just like tripled
I haven't
travel.
stopped, but I mean, everybody talks shit on Spirit. I love Spirit.
Oh, really?
Upgrade your seat for like $70 to first class. I mean, it's not first class, but it's a big front seat. You got leg room.
Yeah.
Sleep like a baby. It's worth it to me.
So I actually won't fly Spirit. That's my one thing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't feel safe.
I have a Spirit credit card. I love Spirit. I fly Spirit every chance I can.
Interesting.
Brand new plane.
Dude, JetBlue is pretty nice if you don't want to fly first class. You don't think so?
That's what I used to fly to California. It's like,
It's better than Spirit.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like long things, Delta. or whatever,
JetBlue's
but-
like packing their planes.
Yes.
I mean, everybody hates on Spirit. I love it.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. Maybe I caught some bad
Dude,
Spirit.
as long
planes.
as I have a window, I don't
They
care
just
what
got
I'm flying.
Wi-Fi on the plane now, so it's,
They didn't forever.
did.
See,
They
but-
didn't have
Dude,
it.
there's
They
probably
Spirit just got Wi-Fi.
there's
and
probably worse airlines than
honestly
Spirit
shitty.
now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like there's so
Oh,
many.
yeah.
like-
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what's that new one that's like $600 annual? You can fly unlimited.
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
Did you hear about
would
that?
never do
Sounds
that.
terrible.
There's this
It
new
sounds like
airline.
You might be able to vape on that.
That's
one, though.
worse than Spirit. in my opinion. Yeah.
That might be worth it.
Yeah. Yo, $600
whole
and
way.
unlimited flights a year.
That doesn't sound safe.
It doesn't sound safe at all. That's like makes me feel like Spirit's like the next level up.
But if you can vape on that plane, I'm all about it.
It sounds like some weird Uber thing.
And not have
like whoever is
to not have to
around.
pretend to be deaf, not have to call out the guy in front of you. Win-win.
go to the bathroom to
Yeah.
vape. Yeah.
Well, Seth and I, like, especially on the international, like, we'll look in the back of the plane. They have like the 2-person row. We'll try to grab one of those because it's just him and I in our own row. You either get window or aisle. I hate the middle thing. I hate being next to people I don't know. I hate conversations. Like, I've been stuck solo flying, and there was this one time. This wasn't like bad. This was probably the best conversation I ever had. Is I'm there, and there's turbulence. There's this old woman next to me, right? And I'm just sitting there, like, looking the way I do. She's all, like, prim and proper, probably scared of me, like, you know. Like, if we're going down, she knows it was me, you know? Like, that's probably what's
You
going on
sabotaged the
in her
plane.
mind. Yeah, and there's, like, turbulence, and I'm, like, watching some show, you know, and I'm, like, bouncing or whatever. And, like, a fucking idiot, I, like, look over. I should have minded my own business. And she's, like, cowering in fear, like... And I'm just like, John, ignore her. You're a bad person. You don't have to do anything. Just ignore her. She's fine. She's an adult. I'm giving myself a pep talk. But I caved, dude. I was like,
Are you okay?
are you okay? And she looks up at me and she goes, no. And I'm like, fuck, you know? And I'm like, what's going on? She's like, is this normal? I'm like, do I look like a fucking pilot? I don't know.
Do I look normal?
Yeah. I don't care if I live or die. Like,
This
what
is
do
my
you have?
first time flying.
So I ended up like talking her down just about whatever, you know? So, like, how's the weather? I was like, stupid, you know?
Made it this far in life. You're
Yeah.
not gonna let this plane take you out. lady.
Right. I was like, even if we do, like, you're old, you had a good life. You know? No, but we were like talking, and
You should have offered to go down on her. Maybe the last, bit of her life would have been great.
you're probably right, dude. I'm not a gentleman. I have no
Plane's going
manners.
down and John's going
Right.
down. Let's go.
But it was fine. It took like a half hour. She was cool. The plane settled or whatever. But, when you're like traveling, especially if you're working and like I just don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to. It's like small talk. I hate small talk. And if you try to make like not small talk on a plane, like people are going to get like weirded out.
The man with the podcast hates small talk.
Yeah. Well, to people I don't know on planes,
I get it.
hey, where are you going? I don't care.
I only talk to strangers. My life consists of talking to strangers. All I do is talk to people that I don't know. Every day I tattoo somebody that I don't know. I go to tattoo conventions and I'm tattooing more people that I don't know.
That's
talk
part
to
of the job,
strangers.
though.
I talk to
I'm
strangers
fine with that.
more
You're getting
than I
paid
talk
for that
to
work.
people I know.
That I'm fine with. You know, like, cool. We're in the chair 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day, whatever. Like, I'll talk to you all day. That's my job. Like, I like that. But it uses all of it. Like, that's what like I literally do for a
Sold
living.
out of talking. When
Yeah.
You don't like
anywhere
conversations that
else.
have
I
like
get it.
no benefit.
I get it.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Yeah, like talking with your client, you know, they're paying you at the
When
end
a
of the
lot of
day,
people,
but,
like, I feel like, are not okay with just being quiet and, like, being with themselves.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. I guess I hate talking tattoo when I'm not tattooing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like doctors hate talking about your health when they're
Yeah.
not doctoring.
I feel like doctors hate everything.
My girlfriend's dad is a doctor, and this poor guy gets a phone call when anything
Yeah.
is going wrong with
Right.
anybody. So
Right.
I'm like, this guy is never not a doctor. I feel terrible for the guy. So yesterday she was like, should I call Kenny? I'm like, no, leave Kenny alone.
Yeah.
He has enough to deal with, you know?
Yo, speaking of doctors and planes, have you ever been on a plane where they're like, is anyone here a doctor?
No,
I did once.
but I do have something.
Dude, I thought about raising my hand. No one could prove me wrong. Dude, because no one raised their hand. And I was like, I don't know. I'm pretty confident. Like, what?
You got to give that little old lady mouth to mouth.
Yeah. Like, my girl's a nurse. I'm qualified. You know, I have my bloodborne pathogen.
Yeah.
I think I could have. And I'd be a hero. They'd be like, oh my God, the guy with
flights
the
for
big
you.
ears and the black arm saved this little baby's life on the airplane.
I was at an airport and my son, he was probably 2 or 3 at the time, and his mom was feeding him yogurt and granola, and I guess he choked on a piece of granola. And I'm in the Wendy's line over here. Amber and Hayes are over here, and I turn behind me to look, and I see what looks like a lady trying to grab my son away from his mom. And
Kidnapping.
so I panic. I'm like, oh my God, like this is it. Somebody's trying to kidnap my kid right in front of me. So I run over about to deck this old lady, but really my kid's choking and she's just trying to like get this thing out. So finally I realized as soon as I get closer, like what's going down, and she was really saving my kid's life.
Did you hit her?
No, I didn't, thank God. But
Nothing happened.
no,
You, like, slowed
all I
down.
could think was like, oh God, like the headlines of his Florida man.
Dex old lady
Enough
at
said.
airport.
Florida man,
Yeah.
that's enough, bro. Even if it's something good after that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I didn't punch her, and I'm happy my kid's okay.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a doctor. I didn't know that you're supposed to put the baby upside down and like slap him on the back when that happens. So
Yeah.
that's all I see is my son like being grabbed and taken away. That's because Amber didn't know what she was doing. I mean, I wouldn't have known either.
Yeah, they don't send you home with instructions.
Yeah,
They're like, yo, if your
Hayes would
baby
have been
chokes
screwed
in an
without
airport,
that lady.
if your baby chokes in an airport and someone kidnaps him, this is what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't give you that.
No,
Just give it your best guess.
that's right.
All right. So maybe we'll go a little bit more on tattooing. How long have you been tattooing, first off?
It's kind of hard to say because, like, technically, I started tattooing when I was 18, and it was at a place called Evil Ink.
Ooh.
And Evil Ink was a tattoo shop that was a rough shop.
Is that where, was Dizzy there too?
No,
it was
but
a different shop?
I honestly found out later on that Ben Oz apprenticed at this shop
Okay.
right after me. And it was crazy because this shop was such a junky, like it was just a terrible shop.
But they were junkies?
Yeah.
They were getting high and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. Jeff, what's his name? Last name. Man, I can't think of it. But you would know the people that were at this shop.
Oh.
Horrible shop. It was like 11 o'clock at night. Girl came in. She wanted to get some ladybugs and flowers on her back. And Jeff, I was the only person there. I was
Yeah.
the piercer at the time. Jeff was like, you can do this. You've watched enough tattoos. You can do this. And I did it.
You hadn't done a tattoo at this point?
No, I mean, I tattooed my mom's boyfriend when I was 13 years old. That was the first time I ever tattooed. But other than that, I have not tattooed.
So you had some experience.
One experience.
Yeah.
But I did it, and it turned out like shit. And I tattooed off and on.
What did it look like?
For several years after that. It was awful.
Did you like tell it was a ladybug though?
Yeah. I mean, like, you'd be like, oh, that's a ladybug.
Right.
I guess. But off and on, I tattooed for a while. And, you know, that was very unprofessionally. My brother was embarrassed about it. It was like, stop tattooing. You're an
How long
embarrassment
had
to me.
Tyler been tattooing at this point?
Long time at that point, because Tyler's 4 years older than me. I was 18. Tyler started tattooing when he was 17. Yeah. So, yeah, I was an embarrassment.
That's tough, bro.
Yeah, I didn't really start focusing on my career as a tattoo artist until I found out that my son was going to be born.
You're like, cool, I got to grow the fuck up.
And he's going to be 6 in January. So professionally, I've been tattooing for about 6 years.
It is kind of a weird question because I feel like a lot of us, or back then at least, like started in weird ways. I did. You know, like I started in the fucking basement like a loser, you know, and finally got an apprenticeship. So like if people ask how long I've been tattooing, usually I'm just referring to like when my apprenticeship started. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I feel like a lot of us, you, Tyler, most people I talk to that have been, you know, plus 5, 6, 7 years tattooing, there's some kind of like weird story before the apprenticeship.
I was a scratcher.
Yeah.
I was awful. I didn't do a formal apprenticeship. I started a piercing apprenticeship, never finished it, and just
dude, that's the other thing. Like, I feel like back then when I learned, everyone that learned to tattoo, you also learned to pierce.
Yeah.
And you were just doing both.
Well, back then, I mean, every tattoo shop did piercings.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a thing where there was piercing shops, you know?
Yeah.
That, I feel like that's a newer thing. So, I mean, I started as a piercer and just kind of got thrown into tattooing, but didn't really take it seriously because I had other ways of paying my bills, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
So I never really had to, you know, I made my money with my other job.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I found out that Amber was pregnant with Hayes that I was like, oh shit, I gotta really start to do something.
Yeah.
It's not gonna put me in jail for the rest of my life.
And that's the other thing. Most apprentices do have another job. Like Logan had one. Did you had one? Loser. I definitely did. You know, a bunch of fucking jobs because you're doing it for free.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Corey's got it good
second
right
job.
now.
What does Corey have right
Corey's
now?
my apprentice. He works with Tattoo Zoo.
Yeah.
The plushies.
Oh,
tattooed plushies. He just got that job. So he gets to travel to all the conventions during the weekend and then work on tattooing during the week. So like when I was an apprentice for piercing, I slept at the tattoo shop, showered at my friend's house, and made money elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I was like painting houses. I was like picking up side jobs, like really just things my friends or people didn't want to do. And they're like, I'll give you $50. You know,
Yeah,
obviously I
that's
was
what I
selling
did.
drugs.
Yeah.
Side jobs.
Yeah. And like whatever. And to be honest, it really wasn't enough money.
Right.
You know, and you're just like, my life sucks. You know, it was like enough for me, my apprenticeship in Florida, like just to take the public transit to the shop was like 2 hours. And at the time, I felt like it was eating like 20% of my income. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This guy better teach me how to make gold.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I feel like I'm making gold now.
Me too, but it's tough when you like don't know. Because I'd have days where I'm like, this is going to be worth it. And then I'd have days where I'd be like, is this going to be worth it?
Yeah.
Like, did I make a really bad decision again?
Back then, I made $200, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! I'm killing it."
Yeah.
You know?
Waving into my friend's face, slapping him with it.
Let's go get
Yeah.
wasted.
What's so funny,
Times.
Cam, dude?
Because I'll make like 200 and be like, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, when Cam charges more than $200. I just think of the season video where he's like flexing his guy.
That's why I just said it. Season, like that's where my head goes.
Yeah, must be nice, Cam. And you have like no bills.
It's season, baby.
Right?
They're increasing.
Let's hear them.
They're getting there.
What do you got?
Yeah, the car insurance is what rapes me every month.
How much is your car insurance?
$440.
Shut the fuck up.
You killed
My
someone.
car insurance is $700 a month.
Why is it so much, dude?
Damn,
$100 a
you're the
month.
first person I've ever heard that's had a more expensive car insurance than
Don't
me.
want to fucking hear.
How is it like that?
Is it like your history?
I'm not a good driver.
I mean, neither am
I
I.
crashed my truck into somebody's house
Did you?
in my neighborhood.
You're like, oh, I'll just park in their living room.
God.
Wait,
Holy
we
fuck.
can't skip over this. Can you tell us this story?
All right, fuck it. I'll tell you guys the story. So,
Wait, is it over? Like, do you have a case?
yeah. It's over with. It's actually freshly over with. Thank
Nice.
God, dude.
Cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, I used to party and my brakes failed.
Right.
You know, my brakes failed. That's what led me into this guy's fence. The worst thing was, just so happens, this guy's house who I hit knows my dad.
Okay.
Hates my dad.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Now hates me
right. Well,
even more.
makes sense.
Not gonna
The story
go into,
checks
these
out.
fucking
not gonna go
Nolans,
into all
man.
the details, but
All right. So
all is good now. I mean,
you were driving.
yeah,
Brakes go.
brakes failed. I'm sticking to
So,
my fucking story. Okay,
What are you trying to like? Are you supposed to turn and it just goes straight? Like,
Well,
what was-
so if I didn't turn, I would have hit his house and I would have been in his living room.
you weren't in his living room.
But I was able to turn myself out of the way and avoid his house to where I hit his fence.
Just the fence.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's fine.
You know, fuck that guy.
Definitely that guy. That guy does suck.
Fuck him.
And I hope
And
he
his
sees
fence.
this.
Yeah, fuck his
Fuck that
fence.
guy.
I'll send it
Fuck
to
your
him.
plastic fence. $20,000 for his plastic fence. He said that's what it costs to
Fuck
fix his
no.
fence. Fuck that.
I used to work at Lowe's, bro. Those fences are like $150.
Could have had my boy
Tell him
Cam
Cam will fix it for
steal
$150.
my fucking fence for me. You know?
Yeah. Why is yours so high?
What?
Because you were racing that kid
Yeah,
on the way
what-
to work.
What did you do?
What's crazy is I have a fuckload of accidents on my hit thing, but none of them are my fault.
Whose are they? Whose fault?
I don't
is
know. My car's just a magnet. For
Yeah, that's what it is. It's your car.
yeah, I probably have like 3 or 4 accidents on my thing, but none of them I'm at fault for.
How old are you?
21.
That's
So
another thing.
Yeah, that's
He's
another thing.
21, dude. They're hitting them hard.
and
on the insurance.
as a male too, yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, when I first started driving, it was probably like 280. Like it wasn't that bad when I first.
I don't
got
think my
car.
car insurance has ever been that low.
Yeah, it was fire. At
Like
first.
I turned 25, and when you turn 25, it's supposed to drop.
Yeah.
it increased.
well, yeah,
know
mine's
you.
only been increasing.
They know you.
I feel like by the time I'm
pissed.
your age, I'll be in the 700 range. you
Well, I
know?
just started calling around because I was like, I can't do $700. Like this is retarded. I'm paying $2,700 just to drive every month, not including gas, and I drive a diesel truck.
Yeah. I just totaled my car actually.
Really? Did
Yeah.
you get paid?
I mean, they're gonna fix it. No, I just like I would like to say it's not my fault. I don't know if that's true, but the short of it was I got all this work done to my car at Euro, and I was like, do whatever you want, and they slammed that shit on the ground. We didn't really talk about that, and I didn't really want like a slammed car, but they're like, yo, it looks sick. And I'm like, cool, you're the artist. Cause like, that's what I do. I'll drop the car off. I'm like, do whatever you want. You fucking know cars. I don't know cars, you know? So that was like one of the things they did, but it was like this far off the ground.
What kind of car?
This is Audi.
Okay.
And, so I got used to it. I'll tell the whole story. So they're like, drive it for a week. If you don't like it, bring it back. We'll race it. So I drive it for a week and I didn't like it. Cause like you can't go anywhere, bro. I can't even go to the casino. I have to park in the like employee parking lot because of the speed bumps. Yeah. It looks cool.
Well,
and
if you go sideways, I think you can.
nope, not this car. I can't even drop Kyle off, which is sick. But most of the time, like I got to think about where I'm going. Like I'm like, oh, I got to take the Jeep or I got to take a truck. Like, I can't. It goes straight really good, but if it's a turn, things get complicated. So I bring it back. They're like, all right, we'll raise it. And they were like upset. They're like, bro, the stance, like it looks so fucking cool. I'm like, yeah, but this is my daily, you know? So I come back after they raised it. And it's maybe this much fucking, dude, I think they just rolled the fenders. Like they didn't actually even raise it. And they're like,
Just pumped up the tires.
we got you. Yeah, they pumped up the tires. They put it on a fucking lift. So I'm like, whatever. So I got used to driving it. And like I would get used to it. You know, I had it a couple months at that level. And it just was what it was. Like sometimes the tires like scrape on the sides, you know, noises occur. You get used to it. So I'm just driving to work. I'm going like 30 or 40. I think I was on the phone. We're driving, blah, 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 whatever. Cars are just like going. And I see this like little rock in the road. It was probably this big, you know? Everyone's kind of driving over it. So I'm like, cool. If they can, maybe I can too. And I think the car in front of me like hit it up or something. And it's like kind of like bouncing. And I'm like, here goes nothing. Drive over it. I was like, oh shit, that sounded bad. Yeah. Let me turn off and like check this out. So I go to turn and the wheel doesn't turn. I'm like, well, that's not a good sign. So I go over the other way. Didn't work. I'm like, bro, the whole fucking car, all the alarms and like sensors are going off. It got to the point where I'm like stuck in the middle of the road. I'm out of the car door, like cranking the steering wheel. And then like getting back in, driving a little, cranking the whole car was fucked. Dude, I have a picture. I'll show you the rock. It's literally this big. So, brought it in, whatever. They're getting fixed. I'm like, I don't care what you do. Raise the fucking car, bro. Like, I'm not dealing with
Did
it.
they raise it?
I don't know. It's still in the shop. It's been in the shop a month. Dude,
how much is your car insurance?
$200.
Nice. Jealous.
Yeah, must be nice.
They want to put like that thing in my car that like monitors your acceleration. And
Yeah,
your
no,
braking.
I
What the
can't
fuck
do
is
that.
that? What is that?
The little plug-in
gonna do
things,
that.
your car
Not
insurance
gonna do that.
goes down, but at the cost of driving for fun.
I can't.
You can't brake hard. You can't
drive
accelerate
like that.
fast.
I'm a horrible
That's
driver.
wild. I've never
it like
even heard about
caps
that.
your speed limit. It's like this little chip you
It's
fucking plug
not,
into your car
not
and it
for
controls
me.
your
I
life.
might as well just bite the bullet, pay the
Yeah.
$700, and drive how I want.
I want to just put, and I've made so many jokes about this, put a tracker in your car just to see when you actually leave for work. I know it's like 5 minutes
You
before
just
you.
have my location on fucking app.
I'm not going to do that to you. I don't like that.
Did you
So
get
what's
a
up?
ticket the other day?
No, I got super lucky.
I feel
For
like
what?
he texted me a
I
photo.
didn't tell you what happened. I got pulled over.
Of
What was that?
cop-
Saturday?
Yeah, cop lights behind him. Like he was not even going after you. He's like, oh shit, there's lights.
No. Yeah, I got pulled over on my way to work.
For what?
Saturday, speeding, 50,
Oh.
55 and a 40.
Better chill
Not
out,
that bad.
bro.
It's not that bad.
I live in Cold Springs, so the cops over there, like,
Yeah.
they're on like the speeding stuff,
And they let you go.
and they let me go.
Most cops are on the speeding stuff. That's kind of
Yeah,
what they do.
he was
Yeah.
super cool. The other cop,
Did you cry?
no, I didn't pull a Kyla.
Yeah, I'm just like honest with them.
Yeah, I was like, yo, to be honest, I'm running late for work. We're gonna
You know what
tattoo
I-
shop. To be honest, I'm way more scared of them than I am of you. Can we get this rolling?
My dad's a cop, so I mean, we dropped his name as kids all the
still-
time, and I mean, it got us out a lot of trouble. But now I don't really have to use him anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I've cleaned up my life enough to where I avoid the police as much as possible.
You know what is kind of fucked up though? Like, if you're in a nice sports car, they leave you alone. It's kind of like unfair. I'm like, this shouldn't be happening. Like, if you're like, I've been like speeding, and I'll get pulled over, and they're like, and I'm just honest. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, officer. I was just having some fun. I was going too fast. And they're like,
Sorry, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
no, I knew I couldn't, but I decided I was above the law today. And they're just like, yeah, just slow down, sir. Weird, bro. When I would try to do that and like my little Audi A4 or like Seth's Honda, they're like threatening to like take the license
They
away.
don't give me too many breaks. I drive a giant red truck though, so like when I'm speeding, they're like,
Oh,
look at
and
this
red.
giant red truck.
Red's the most expensive
Oh,
car to
yes.
insure. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what type of car. If your shit's red, they're just upping it.
It's my favorite color, so I mean, you know, I gotta.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, every time I get into my truck, I'm like, yeah, I love this truck.
It is cool. It is a cool truck. Oh, man.
What's up with that shirt?
Oh, what shirt am I wearing, you ask? It says loyal to the coil, which I
You're
love
not.
because I'm unloyal to the coil. So I think it's funny to me. This is an unlucky charm shirt.
If you don't do it, I'm doing it.
What?
Unloyal to the coil.
Take it. It's yours.
Thank you.
And what's your shirt
It will
say?
sell.
Mine just says unlucky charm, but I have one that says.
I looked over, I saw and I was like, oh, mother.
Yeah.
I have one that says totally rotary.
I like that.
rotary?
At first I thought it was stupid, but as I said it more, I'm like, this is cool. What am I
I was
talking
trying to. I was reading your shirt, and I was trying to think of a clever way to like for the rotary user. You know?
yeah, when I saw there, I was trying to think of like rhyming words.
Nothing came to my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, unloyal to the coil. I mean, I feel like it would sell. Everybody and their mom uses rotaries these days.
Yeah.
Some vibes.
I told you my one shirt idea, the non-offensive, offensive one. It says blind people suck. You wouldn't offend anyone. You can take that if you want to.
We'll send you one when we make them.
Yeah, like super nice, like high quality kind.
Embroidered.
Dude, our shirts cannot come soon enough. We just
You can make one for deaf people that says, "Can you hear this?"
That's right. They're like, sir, you're just not allowed to fly with us anymore.
Is Braille shirts too much? Okay, don't touch me. What does it say? I don't know. Find
No,
out.
then it's offensive, Danny. We're not trying to hurt
6
feelings.
feet, motherfucker.
They touch it. Oh, Ross.
Oh man. All right. So we were talking about, we went on a tangent about cars and stuff. I love cars. I could talk about them all day. Even though I hate driving, I love cars.
I spend most of my life in mine.
I used to do that, and I actually didn't mind the quiet time in the car, or like time to like make calls or whatever. But you know, no, I don't.
Get into some nitty gritty.
Nitty gritty.
Oh yeah.
Well, I want to go in progression. I want to
Progress.
build up. We said how long you've been tattooing. We were making jokes about your brother. So what was that like? So like you had your brother coming up. He was getting attention pretty fast too, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'm sure for at some point you were just known as Tyler Nolan's little brother, right?
To this day, like
Still.
people think that I'm him, and I could ruin his name very, very fast.
You've
With
never-
the amount of people that come up to me asking me if I'm Tyler Nolan, I could really, really do some damage. But
And you've never taken advantage of that. You've always played it cool.
no,
You're a
yeah,
good brother.
I am a good brother. Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to help myself, dude.
I thought about it, because I could ruin him.
Yeah.
Fast.
You're a good person. Does he know that? You have that power?
Yeah, oh yeah. I tell him all the time. Like anytime somebody comes up to me and is like, "Oh my god, you're the snake guy," and I'll be like, "Fuck you."
There's probably like a pause, and you're like, no, I'm not him. I'm not him. I'm not going to be that guy.
Or sometimes I just act like I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Right.
Like, what are you?
Who?
Snake
Who?
guy. What?
What's so
Pretty good.
funny?
That's pretty good.
Do you tell them? You're like, close.
Yeah.
That's my brother.
I'm the more attractive, more talented,
Smarter,
smarter, funnier.
cooler car.
Did I say more attractive?
It's worth saying again.
More attractive.
Got all your fingers?
I got 10 fingers.
Not 9.5. Yeah.
I'll let you guys be the judge.
I think you speak for yourself.
Hey,
Like your image and what you give off.
thanks.
And I think they could take that.
Thank you.
So Did that provide any benefit though, having him as your brother?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I got the exposure that he had.
That's nice.
So like, I didn't have to go on national television, kick over a chair, scream at anybody.
Did he kick over a chair?
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck this thing."
Wow.
I didn't have to do all
You just
that.
transformed into Tyler. Now I understand why people get it confused.
I didn't have to do all that, you know. Tyler had all that,
Yeah.
that light on
Paved the
him,
way.
and I just kind of like fell into it. So like obviously, like you have to put out good work,
Yeah.
but you know, it definitely benefited me. You know, Tyler met all the people that he needed to meet in the industry, and then I just kind of like fell into it.
Right.
You know, so he did the hard work for me. Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, my boy.
That makes sense though. I mean, and it's cool too that like your style's different.
Yeah,
So it's easier like, yeah.
Totally different.
Like complete opposite.
And honestly, I started doing dot work because Tyler was doing dot work and geometric for a little bit.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll still see him post like some stuff like that. I was like, oh, I didn't realize he even did mandala work.
Yeah, he just did a mandala the
Yeah, like
other
he did
day.
one on the shoulder. I was
Mine are a little bit better than his, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. But that's why I do it now, you know?
Yeah.
Like I do it. Tyler doesn't want to do it, so he sends all that shit to me.
That's cool.
Which is also another benefit because like I'm gonna be busy. I'm good. Like I got
Yeah.
this.
No, your work's fire, and it's nice. And I was touching on this on a couple other episodes. It's nice to have a direction and to become known for something.
Right.
Because it's like,
I have a niche.
yeah, when I want to get this kind of tattoos, I'm going to go to this person because they specialize in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever get tired of the mandalas though?
No.
That's sick.
No, because
Yeah.
because it does so well for me. Like
Yeah.
it pays my bills, man. It pays my bills and it makes me live like a pretty comfortable life. Like my kids got a great life because of it. So I will do.
But
I
it
always
keeps
said
your
this.
creative
I
interest.
will do geometric dot work, mandalas. I will do that style until it stops making me money.
Cool.
And then I'll do the next thing that makes me money.
Yeah. But like, I mean, it does, like, you're still creatively interested when you're doing them?
Yeah,
Or is it like,
yeah,
oh, this
because
is
I
kinda
mean,
mindless?
yeah, because I'm still trying to like venture off and do different things with it. You
Yeah.
know? Like I get excited when the client is like, "Oh, I want my whole arm tattooed," and I'm like, "All right, I want to try this. I want to do something different, just to
Right.
kind of keep things interesting."
Right.
Because it does get like exhausting doing the same thing over and over and over
Repetitive
again. It's like, how many times can I draw a mandala differently? Like
Yeah, that's what I'll
day
struggle
in
with.
and day out.
Yeah.
Because I'll do them sometimes, and always halfway through, I'm like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
You know? Because, like, I don't know how you do them, but I'll, like, do a layer, and then I'll, like, finish that layer, and then do the next layer, finish the layer. And by the time I'm on the 9th or the 14th, same fucking shade, same shape of that mandala, I'm like, yo.
I jump around. So like I'll do dot work and then I'll be like, all right, I'm tired of doing dots. I'm going to make this solid black real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
You know, and then I'll just keep my interest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. I'll also change my speed based on the music. Does that happen to you?
Yeah.
If it's like fast, I'm like, if it's slow, I'm like,
100%.
boop,
Yep.
you know?
I know. I get that for sure. I was just about to say something and I lost it.
Because you're thinking about the music.
I was.
Yeah. But the mandalas are cool, and they're kind of timeless, right? Or you don't think so? And the reason I say that is because, like, it's a decoration, like, it's ornamental, like, it's just there to look nice, to, like,
Right.
please.
It's a shape.
Yeah, I mean, so people that don't know what they want to get tattooed, it's great for it because it's like, I just want to get tattooed because
Right.
it looks cool. I want a full sleeve because I want to be a badass.
Right.
I got you. You don't know what you want. I know what you want.
Right.
We're just gonna slap a bunch of shapes and patterns and call it a day.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, another reason why I got into it was because I never really drew as a kid. So like Tyler, you could be like, hey, draw a rose. And he'd be like, there's a rose. You know, I would have to really concentrate and try to draw a rose to draw a rose. So like shapes and patterns, my brain just kind of connected those better.
Yeah, it's more like technical.
Yeah, it made more sense to me, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like a way that I could tattoo and look the way I want to look, act the way I want to act, and, you know, make money doing it. So.
And honestly, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Because I see so many people, it's like come in, it's like, okay, what are your kind of natural talents? What comes easier? Like, let's chase that down. Maybe, you know, maybe later, you know, in your career, you become interested in this and we can try some pieces in that. But it's like, yo, if you're already naturally gifted or these things already come easier to you, you have a head start, let's chase those down. Cool. Like, you're not good at drawing roses. Like, yeah, let's find something that doesn't fucking involve drawing roses.
Right.
And see if, you know, you can make a career out of it.
When I first started tattooing, like I did the walk-ins. I owned a shop in Savannah, Georgia.
I remember,
I had to be able to do the walk-ins. I didn't want to turn anybody out the door.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of everything. But I once I started sticking to geometric, I kind of just ran with it. And then the more that I did it, the more people came to me for it, and then the better I got. And now here I am.
Fuck yeah.
I'm also trying to do more black work stuff too.
I like that shit.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, you have a black arm.
Black
Corey has a
arm.
black arm. I have
You
a black
You
arm.
got a black arm.
Yeah.
Black arms matter, man.
They really do.
You
They
know?
really do. Cam does not have one. Would you ever black your arm out? I think I've asked.
Maybe a
I've
leg.
just had deja vu of
I think
asking
maybe
you
a
that.
leg. I don't know about.
I'm supposed to be blacking out an albino dude's leg.
What?
Yes.
That contrast is gonna be gnarly.
I can't wait
Is
for
it-
this.
Wow. Huh.
Just one leg's like pitch white, the other one's just black.
Black.
That's fire though.
Used to be albino, now you have alopecia. There you go. Saving lives over here, dude. Damn.
I'm
that is,
really excited for that.
I like blacking stuff out.
I do too.
It's almost like a face tattoo. Like, this is going to change your life.
And it's not an easy thing to do. So many people
It's
are
not.
like, "Oh, here's a black guy. It's so easy."
It's so simple.
No, dude, it's not easy.
Consistent
You can
saturation.
chew somebody up really fucking fast.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, and I've done a lot of research and asked
Saturating.
a lot of people. Like, I was up Justin Riley's ass when he started, like, doing them, seeing however. Because, like, really, I look for the heal. Like, how did it heal? And if it heals nicely, then I'm going to go pick that person's brain.
Yeah, 100%.
We even had a chick here that, like, specialized only in that went to different countries, whatever. What?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
dreadlocks.
And, what? Yeah.
yeah.
So, like, anytime I come across any person, I just want to know their setup. Not necessarily that I'll adopt that, but even though blackouts have been around for a while, I feel like, especially in the last couple of years, people have really started to take it serious and even take it on as a direction or something to become known for.
Yeah, 100%.
So there's a lot more information on it now.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I know Riley will use the big mags and he'll kind of like feather it in. I know some people that old school it with little mags and just pack, and it still heals nicely.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen videos of dudes just
Yeah,
The brutal blackout shit.
but it heals good.
Yeah, and like I remember when I first saw that, I was like, that is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason you have to do that. You're being absurd.
Right.
But yeah, and then I'll see heels and I'm like, I don't know, maybe they're onto something.
Right.
I've even seen people like
Different strokes for
filling
different folks.
syringes with black to like put it in. You remember talking about that?
Oh, they're just like dripping it onto the mags. The mags are too big for
Like
the fucking
rubbing
ink
black
caps.
all over
Yeah, because the
their
mags are
arm.
too big for the ink caps. They gotta just like pour the black on the person and
I've
just
seen
go.
that too.
I've seen like people using a bunch of small caps, because the blood will go back into the cap, so it'll like dilute it. Like, I've seen all these like crazy strategies, and like they kind of make sense, and try some.
I don't think it dilutes it enough to make a difference.
I don't know. I mean, if you're all day going back into that cap, I kind of like the idea of like, if I black out, I'll switch my cap every 3 hours, because I'm like bringing stuff back into the cap. But honestly, bro, a lot of my tattooing is mental.
Right.
like I'll switch needles all the time. And to be honest, the needle was probably perfectly fine. It's just in my head.
Right.
But I'll do that if it makes the tattoo process better for me. You know,
Whatever works for you, bro.
But yeah, the blackouts are cool. Black work's cool. Are you trying to become known for blackouts?
I wouldn't.
Or are
say,
you already
I
known?
wouldn't say that I'm trying to be known for blackouts,
Yeah.
but I'd like to do more of them because I do enjoy doing it. And I love the way it looks. And I think blackouts, like solid black, looks really well with geometric. So if I can do large portions of solid black and complement it with a pattern,
Yeah.
it looks really rad.
Yeah, I saw one the other day.
And
They did
that is what the
they did like
direction I would like to
form
go.
blackout, and then it faded into like a geometric, and I was
Sick.
like, "That's cool."
It's
Yeah,
sick. I like when they have just the forms done. It looks like they like dip their hands. in
yeah,
black.
dude. I fuck with that. I think that's cool. And then it gets like the mandalas got lighter
Yeah.
as they went up. I was like, "That's cool."
Did you see the palms that hoodie did?
blackout palms?
Dude.
I gotta check them out.
Hoodie.
Cool.
So he did a mag on one, and then he dotted with like a 14 round liner or something the other one, and it's pretty intense.
Which one looks better?
The dotted.
Yeah.
It's in there.
I'm gonna
Crazy.
I'm gonna have to check that
Like
out.
dotted, blacked it out like the whole way through.
The whole
Yeah.
palm, fingers and all is dotted.
Wow, that had to suck.
Sucks.
When Nate did like this part, this was bad. I
bet.
don't know why this part hurt. This part didn't hurt at all, but like by the thumb,
I
was
hated
like,
my palm.
holy shit.
How old is that one?
Like where that D was.
This is probably 3 years old.
That's
Ryan,
good.
Ryan Eternal did it.
Noise.
So I thought I saw a god when I got it done.
Yeah,
It
I
was-
was laughing. I was in so much pain.
I
Like a
almost threw up in
psychopath.
my hat.
In your hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to like tape my fingers down and stuff. Did they do that?
Bad.
Yeah.
I got it done at it was at Endless Summer, Mark Longnecker's shop,
That's cool.
doing a little guest spot there.
Are you still traveling a lot?
Yeah, I got quite a lengthy list of conventions for this
Yeah, you
upcoming
did give me a
year.
little
I think
sneak
there's
peek.
like maybe 12 of them.
Yeah.
and I might add a couple more. I might take off a couple. I don't know. I want to do more traveling for YouTube this year.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're really pushing the YouTube stuff this coming year.
Yeah, it's definitely beneficial. I mean, just in the little bit of time that I've done it,
Right.
it's already starting to like pick up and become more fruitful.
What would you say like your theme is for your YouTube? Like what do you stay consistent with and like what are you trying to show your audience?
Butts. Lots of butts.
What more
I
do you
tattoo a lot of mandalas on butts
Yeah.
and pretty girls, you know. So
Yeah.
like that is the basis of my YouTube as of right now. But I'm trying to go into a new direction. Like I don't want it to just be
But
all butts, you know. Like I want to do some more like motivational type videos, self-help. I haven't drank alcohol in over a year now.
Fuck yeah.
So like I want to really help people that were struggling because I was struggling for a while, you know.
yeah.
So I wanna kind of move my channel into more of a self-help motivation, get out there and conquer the day
Yeah.
type of thing. And just kind of like motivate people to do something with their lives. Like if you're depressed and not really, you know, feeling great about yourself, it's probably because you're sitting around doing nothing with yourself. Like you have to do something different in order to get a different result.
Yeah, I think that's 100% true. And it's cool that you bring that up. And I think it would do great. There are so many people in the industry struggling. And
Yeah.
that's like from experience. It's not like a guess, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like with the tattooing industry, there is kind of a stigma that we party,
100%.
you know? And like, you know, like I'm sober. I've been sober for fucking ever and have gone through all different versions of that. You know, like when I came in, I was like, yo, I have a problem. I need to fucking stop. And I was in an environment where it wasn't really that easy to stop. You know, everyone's getting fucked up. Everyone's doing stuff. Even going to conventions, like being asked to the after party and then being like, yo, I don't drink. and like feeling weird. What do you mean you don't drink, dude? Like, you know, this and that. And I'm like, fuck, now I feel like left out.
Yeah.
Then kind of going through like periods of where like, yeah, everyone kind of knew that I didn't, and they were cool with it and they didn't make me feel weird, but I still wanted to be included on like what was going on. So I would go out and like, it really just wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
Like it would, but then everyone's trash after an hour and then it's not fun.
Yeah, I mean, I've realized the same thing. You know, I do a lot of conventions where everybody goes out afterwards, and yeah, I wanna go out. I wanna hang out with my friends and see the people that I haven't seen in a little bit. But within an hour of doing that, I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? How many times do we have to talk about this shitty idea that you have? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
why don't you take that idea and go fucking do something with
Right.
it? Like,
right.
because like you wake
They're like,
up,
no, I'll
you
just
wake up
talk
the
to you
next
about
day
it
and they
next
don't
year
even
at the
remember
convention
exactly
3 times.
They
You're
don't
like, all right,
remember what
cool.
they're talking about.
Yeah. What,
Not
and like,
really my
listen,
scene anymore. So like I go to conventions now, and at the end of the day, I pack up, I go to my hotel, I go to sleep, I wake up, and I do it again.
right.
You know?
And like, not to put down people that party. Like, if you don't have an issue and it's fun, fuck yeah, rip it up.
Go for it.
You know, I just can't.
No.
And like, I also think I don't know if there should be, but there is extreme lack of awareness, like about that topic. Like, I'll have guest artists all the time and they're like, yo, I'm sober, I'm in recovery or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I've known you forever. I didn't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that's like really advertised. And I feel like in this state especially, and in more parts of the world, it is something that's a little bit more open. Because it used to be this like weird thing, like I don't drink, and maybe you'd like keep that hidden, or like I don't do drugs or whatever it is. And in the day and age we live in now, I feel like it's really acceptable to be like, yo, I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's like being sober it's a superpower. You know?
Yeah.
You're more able to do the things that you want to do and conquer your dreams sober.
Right.
I think that you have an advantage over people when you're not fucking around.
Right, especially if it's like an issue for people.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously if, drinking and drugging is an issue for me and I stop doing that, like my life will get better, you know? I know plenty of people that use it as an outlet or like it's part of their process. You know, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so grateful that I don't, especially for health reasons, you know, and even like little shit like not waking up hungover, like being more present, like for my reality. But I definitely want that to be known so that if anyone else is struggling, or maybe they're not struggling, but they just kind of feel left out, you know, they can come up and be like, yo, I know like you're a clean or sober artist.
Yeah.
And talk. We talked a little bit about doing stuff for conventions with that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was I wanted to be a better dad. I wanted to be more present for my son. I didn't want to be hungover all the time.
Yeah.
And I just kind of stuck with it. And now it's just I don't know. I just don't.
Right. You do lose that excuse though, which sometimes I miss. Like if I do some dumb shit, everyone knows I was sober when I did it.
It's like, yeah, you really did that. Like you consciously did that.
Right. Yeah.
It was weird though. Like when I used to drink, I was never like the asshole.
Yeah.
I was always a nice, friendly drunk. You know? I got along with everybody. I may have like bothered you overly or pinched your nipple.
You got like the lackadaisical kind of approach. Yeah.
I would win first place at tattoo conventions every convention I went to. Ever since I stopped drinking, I have not won a first place trophy.
Is it because you're not partying with the judges?
I don't get it though. It's
Yeah.
I'm always third place now.
You know what though? Like I have had some experiences where I've been at conventions with some artists I looked up to that they're like not in recovery, not in 12-step program, nothing like that. They just decided to not drink and drug. and their reasoning was like, yo, like I'm trying to be available for tattooing 100% of the time, and kind of broke it down like in their, I go to bed early, I don't party, you know, I have time, all my extra time is to my family. I wake up early, it's easier to do this, you know, sober, clean. You know, I have time for my drawing, and kind of like how it helped their tattooing career.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's sick. Because like for me, it was so apparent I needed to stop. Like everyone's like, John, you need to stop. Like you have a serious problem, dude.
You end up replacing it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I'm not drinking anymore, so I'm gonna replace this time that I spent drinking.
Yeah.
Drawing my appointment for tomorrow.
Right. But I respected like no one. They didn't have a problem. They're just like, yo, I want to better myself and stop. I was like, that's sick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What's up, Cam? You know what I'm saying, Cam?
Just quit vaping, you know, it's struggling. I've never been big on the drug stuff. Well, you know the thing. Like,
You got to be consistent.
Yeah.
Remember what you said last episode? No, I'm just
What did you say last episode? Were you partying last episode?
No, and
my
like,
mom's been like down
dude,
the
when
rabbit hole and shit, so I've always been like surrounded by that type of stuff. Like my brother's been down the rabbit hole, like all that stuff. So I've always been like, I don't want to say like open to it. You know, I've always been around it. Like it wasn't like out of the normal for me to like see it, but like seeing it at such a young age, I was like, I don't know if I want to be like that.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like I see what it does to people. I know what it does in the long term to people. So I'm just like, I'm good on that, really.
Yeah.
Like I just know, like even from your stories, Seth's stories, it's just like everything's downhill. Like your guys' life got better the instant you stopped doing it. Like the instant you cleaned your shit up is the instant your life started to get back on track. Things started to roll, you know.
yeah.
So I just kind of like stick to that.
Just in a year of not drinking, it's kind of crazy how much further I've gotten this year not drinking than I did previously when I was drinking.
Yeah.
My whole apprenticeship, I was just turning down like bar offers. Like, yeah, I just don't want to go to the bar. I want to go home and draw. Like, I want to go home and improve my.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I really, like when I talk about that, and honestly I don't talk about it too often because I never want people that like smoke or drink to feel like I'm putting them down or saying
No, like
we're
you never.
different.
I never felt like the judgmental. Like,
Yeah, because
at
it's
all,
not
because you're
that
not.
at all.
Yeah,
bro.
no, because you
All it is-
understand.
yeah, all it is I had a fucking problem.
Yeah.
And it's better for everyone in the entire world if I don't fucking drink or drink, you know?
You're like, I'm a horrible person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
But
like,
people watching is great though.
What?
I love people watching.
Oh,
going
for
to the bar
sure.
and people watching is one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. And I'm definitely guilty of like sometimes encouraging people to party too hard.
Well, like,
Absolutely.
you go to Revolution and you just people watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'll go to the bar with you guys.
There's
or
people.
Yeah.
You just
or-
watch us uncrumble.
Right, whatever. Have fun. Whatever you- I'm gonna start calling Tyler Chase Nolan's brother. Like, yo, are you Chase Nolan's brother?
It's honestly awesome. I love working with my brother.
Yeah.
It's really cool. We've always had such a good relationship growing up, and he's always been like one of my best friends. So it's cool. I mean, I when I first started off tattooing, it was like, oh my god, Tyler has a brother, but now it's like it's cool.
It's like, oh my God, Chase has a brother.
Exactly.
I got you. All right, Cam, you want to sign us off and not fuck it up?
I'm definitely gonna fuck it up.
Fuck it up.
You know, you could try not fucking it up.
Thank you guys for joining us on this episode of Unemployable Podcast. Thanks again for Chase joining us today.
Of course.
And remember, charge more, player.